Hi, thanks for joining me today. It's Christine Crutcher from Create with Christine, and I'm here with another Tuesday tip video tutorial. For my project today, I am showing simple coloring with watercolor pencils and a blender pen. This is the card we're going to make right here, and we are using the MISTLETOE Season Stamp Set. This is from the 2018-2019 Annual Catalog. And I'm also going to be using the new watercolor pencils. This is the assortment number 2 of watercolor pencils. It's available in August 2018 while supplies last, because it is part of a promotion with the Color Your Seasons promotion. So we're going to be using the Cherry Cobbler, Granny Apple Green, and Garden Green pencils. So let's go ahead and get started. To start, I have a piece of Shimmery White cardstock, and it measures 2 3/4 inch square, so 2 3/4 inch square. And I like to use shimmery white cardstock when I'm doing watercolor techniques. It just seems to watercolor so beautifully, so I kind of stick with what works well for me. I'm going to bring over the MISTLETOE stamp, and I have my Memento black ink pad, and this is a larger stamp, so I'm just going to ink up upside down. And it is a tight fit onto the cardstock, but I have this scrap piece of paper here, scrap piece of grid paper, so I can kind of line up in a diamond shape. And I want to leave room at the top for my bow, so I think that will be good. And then I have the bow stamp, and it just goes in the negative space at the top. And with photopolymer, you can kind of go back and forth till you kind of see where the gap is, and then just shoot. Mine's not perfect, but it's okay for my project. And I'm going to put the ink aside, and let's do our watercoloring first. So I have a blender pen. Then I'm going to get my 3 pencils out. I've got Cherry Cobbler, Garden Green, and Granny Apple Green. So let's do the cherry first. So what I'm going to do is just come up and scribble along the bow. If you want a darker color, you can add more color. Okay, when I have my color on there, I'm just going to check my blender pen to make sure there's no color on it from a previous project. Then I'm just going to take the red and blend out. And then stop, because you don't want it to pill the paper. So I'm just going to blend gently. And I don't really want to see a line there. To me, I think I've said before on some of my videos, coloring is super therapeutic. Okay, so now I have my red. I'm just going to do my scribbles now. And now I'm going to start with the Granny Apple Green, and I'm just going to kind of go down the side, adding a little bit of color. Okay. Then I'm going to take the garden green and just kind of add a few sweeps of a little bit darker color. Okay. And now I am ready to blend all my greens. So I kind of want to just blend till there's really no line there. And then when I like how it comes out, stop. And then it's just assembling my card and stamping the Merry Christmas. So let's stamp the Merry Christmas first. So this is my card base. It's Granite Apple Green. I'm just going to open up and stamp the Merry Christmas down in the corner. I'm just going to stick with the black. And then I am ready to add on my layers. So I have a piece of cherry cobbler cardstock. It measures 2 3/4 inch square. And then I do have a piece of silver foil. When I was putting together the card, I just felt like it needed some pizzazz. So I decided to add some silver foil, 3-inch square piece behind the cherry cobbler, and then add a rhinestone to the eye in Christmas. So what I did is I centered my cherry cobbler silver square at the top I want it centered around the 3 top edges. When I'm crafting, I keep a push pin nearby, so when my liquid glue gets clogged, I can just give it a poke, and usually that unclogs it really well. Then it comes flying out, which I don't want it to do right now. So keep a push pin near your craft supply for instances like that. So all 3 at the top, all 3 sides square equal. And then I'm just going to put my mistletoe on a diagonal. Whoops, I forgot to color that one in. It was like I was double checking when I was coloring. Oh yeah, I got them all. Nope, forgot one. So we'll just color that in really quick. And then to finish off my card, I just have some basic jewel rhinestones. I'm just going to put one down on the eye in Christmas. And that is my card for today. So I hope you'll dig out some line art stamps and give coloring with watercolor pencils and a blender pen a try. Thanks so much for tuning in this week. If you leave me a comment on my Facebook page by Monday, August 20th at midnight Eastern, you can have a chance to win one of these cards in the mail from me for tuning in. Thanks so much. I'll be back again next week.